Good morning, everybody. Afternoon, evening, wherever you are. Yay. We're at the equinox. Today is March 20th. We're going to talk about the sun entering the sign of Aries. I'm actually going to show you the astronomy of it too. How come spring moves every day? Not every day, every year. Why does it move to a different time? It's just like the zodiac signs. They don't shift just because it's midnight and it's the next day. The sun is moving through space and time, and that is why it changes. So let me give you the astrology of today, March 20th. We'll add, if I have time, we'll add a little astrology dice, gives us a little extra content, and then also pull a card from Nature Spirit deck. So let me share my screen with you. We'll start off talking about the astrology. Here we are. This is what it looks like. The first moment of the equinox, spring equinox in the northern hemisphere, fall in the southern hemisphere. Here in my latitude and longitude, it's at 11:33 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. We get a lot of energy here. Finally, some fire in the sky. There's been nothing in fire except for the moon when it moves through the zodiac signs, the Aries, Leo, and Sag, about every 3 or 4 days, but that's it. And for a long time now, we have had no planets in a fire sign for a very long time. So this will help us to feel even more motivated. Now, some people are already motivated and there's other reasons for motivation, but now that the sun is in Aries, we're going to be really feeling that motivation. 11 minutes after the equinox, the moon enters the sign of Scorpio. Now, Scorpio and Aries and Scorpio are 150 degrees from each other. That's a quincunx, meaning that it could feel like Sunday midday. There'll be some adjustments that need to happen, but sometimes the moon moves so quickly we don't feel it, and sometimes we do. So there could be some sort of adjustments happening for all of us. All right, I want to make sure I'm still sharing the screen I wanted to share. I have now come to software. It's called Stellarium. You can see it up in the very top here. I probably could update this version. It's free software. This is what it looks like out in the sky. There's the meridian. That would be the midheaven. Here is the celestial equator. The blue line is the celestial equator, like the Earth's equator. It's tipped out into space. This orange line is the path of the sun, where the ecliptic, the path of the sun, and excuse me, the celestial equator, there we go, cross, is where the first day of spring is. So I'm going to really draw this in close so you can see. All right. So I have this for set up on the 19th so you can just see it. So when we do get to the 20th, the sun will be exactly at that crossroads, and the sun is now, once it's above the equator, the celestial equator, it's now moving north. So we're going to start having in the northern hemisphere more sun, and there's less sun in the southern hemisphere. So that is the moment, and that place in space shifts just a little bit every year, just because we're all moving through space, right? And I can't flatten this out too much, but this is, you can see there's Mars, Venus, Saturn, Mercury, and Jupiter. The sun is in the sky. Remember these? Here's Uranus. Remember this placement. Let me go back to the chart. I know. Ready? They don't show Pluto. Here's Mars, here's Venus, there's Saturn, Mercury, Jupiter, Neptune, Sun. All right, this is, and then Uranus. This is what it looks like. This is what it looks like in the sky. This is what it looks like in the astrology chart. Okay, how cool is that, right? More of stuff like that on my Facebook, on my Patreon. You're welcome to come and join us there. I have a lot of in-depth astrology in that platform. And we're going to roll the dice just for a little extra insight. It gives us the energy that shows up is about communication. Mercury rolls in Leo in the 7th house. So this shows me that just the added content for today, which is not based on the astrology in the sky. We already covered that. Added content here. I love the Astro Dice. It's so much fun. You learn to read astrology really quickly if you learn to read these things. So for those of you who are practicing, make sure you get some and practice reading it out. Mercury is about communication. Leo is what am I passionate about? I'm passionate about information, Mercury. I'm passionate about what I create with my hands, Mercury. Words I speak or what I'm writing, very passionate about that, and passionate about the communication. The seventh house is always about partnerships, relationships, and the dynamic of you in a partnership. And it's not just your spouse or domestic partner, it's partners. So some of us, it will show up differently for each of us, right? You know, I'm going to be spending a lot of time with my daughter tomorrow and my grandson. Oh my God, is he 21? Yes. Sorry, Eddie. You're either 20 or 21. I don't even know if he watches me. Who watches their grandmother when you're a 20-year-old? Not many. All right. Here's the cards. If you want to help support me here on YouTube, please just thumbs up and comment and, you know, share this content. There's a share button there. Send it to your Facebook pages and your Instagram and all of those other things. What did we pull? Oh, prayer feather. We've done this one. You know, I've been pulling these a lot and we still have not gotten through the whole deck, but this one comes up as the prayer feather. So it's about receiving information, kind of like the Mercury we rolled the dice with. It's about receiving information from the air, from spirit. It's an air, it represents an air energy. So we're receiving information from spirit, from ancestors, from your guides, whomever they are, right? And it's also about the prayer feather. One of the things they would do is, this is a native culture, would paint on the feather, write on the feather, put your intentions and your prayers into it, and then the card shows it hanging on a tree, and that would send that message out into the world as your intentions or messages to spirit or your ancestors. And then we also use feathers for saging and clearing space. And so you may need to do that. So do that if you feel you need to. I just use a little mist. It's better that way. Smoke is kind of rough sometimes. So that's what I like to do. So let me know how this day is for you, how you are enjoying that 0 Aries, those cardinal points. When they get triggered, it's a shift for everybody. And those cardinal points are the moments of the change of season, right? There's 4 of them. Yep. Aries, Cancer, Libra, Capricorn. So spring, summer, fall, winter. Those are big shifts for all of us. So especially if you have anything at a 0 cardinal degree in your chart, then there is always an opportunity for a big shift. All right, I'm going to leave us all with that. I have a 0 Capricorn moon, so I'm looking forward to it. Hey, miracles happen all the time. All right, everybody, I will see you again next time. Blessings and namaste.